Interesting. Let's see. Can I add like another audio source? Because I like want to listen to my music at the same time as like, so like if I turn off desktop audio and it's like, um, so if I open up another window, go to SoundCloud. Oh wait, but then I'd be able to hear it. Dang. Yeah. Guess my only option is to play that stream music. Um, Fine. Queue up. No, I'm only gonna queue that up after I find other stuff. All right, I'm gonna get to the meat part of this in a bit, cause we doing some crazy stuff today. Yes, sir. We oh crap, let me change the title. We are making Cyberpunk slash Blade Runner concept art or whatever stuff like this. Yeah, trying to dip my feet in yet another field for the purpose of both college applications. That's why I'm streaming it, and then like um, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, this is also for um, some other stuff that will will be apparent later. But yeah, got some cool stuff up here. I'm gonna try some new stuff as well. Get some little photo bashing in there. My favorites. And yeah, so all around we got some fun stuff about to happen. That's the move. All right, I think we've had enough of all of this. Oh no, so we're gonna cue this one up. Oh wait, I can't play this. Spending a very large amount of time on this, but it's okay. Just need to find the. We'll just cue these up again. Bonk, bonk. Alright, let's check the volume. It's a little loud. I don't want it to overpower my voice at all. Alright. Yeah, let's get into my process. Obviously, as per usual, I already have my references and stuff that I was inspired by. Looking at other stuff before this, so yeah, I'm not really gonna go through those. I mostly look at ArtStation, Pinterest, look it up on the internet, stuff like that. I don't like to follow my references too closely, but I will take a lot of bits and pieces from it and go ahead and use that in my how I overall do stuff. Yeah. So pretty much, this is also like to be clear. This is also going to be like an animated thing, which means that there's a different process that I kind of have to go through because it's animated. When I make straight visual art in Blender, that normally just means that, well, I can ignore a lot of things, because how it will be is that I'm making one angle. I'm not doing a top-down view, or if I am doing a top-down view, then I may not be doing a side view. Lots of things, lots of different things. Playing Armored Core, I don't want to get that spoiled. So how I'm gonna run this is so how I'm gonna go through this is I'm gonna need to pay a lot more attention to how I'm arranging things, which sucks, boring, lame, I can't be lazy, blah blah blah. But yeah, that's all that stuff out the way. So we're gonna have some fun here. Yeah, all that stuff. I haven't animated in a long time. The last thing I animated was yet another my brain is blanking here. It was another okay. It was like somewhat sci-fi, but it was more dystopian. So, because yeah, it's for a film thing I'm doing later on. Who was I talking to? That's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, this, yeah, I don't get this done. Honestly, I wasn't even gonna upload this kind of stuff for my applications or whatever, but then like, wait, saw that category pop up in a portfolio. You know, delay is insane. I'm not fixing it either. Nah, it's a waste of my time. And delay is always terrible. Maybe it's because I'm recording and streaming at the same time. But you know what? I need both the recording and the stream, because I don't feel like just downloading the stream off YouTube, because I feel like something there can go wrong. And I'm trying to, like, you know, keep this at the same time. So yeah. Yeah. So pretty much just gonna arrange my stuff. I really don't know what I'm doing here. Or well, I do know what I'm doing. Just a little bit less than what I'm used to. So yeah. Get my arrangement down. And I mean, at the same time, I'm not gonna animate this first thing. I never do that. First thing is never the animation. First thing is always the still image, still graphic, and then I start animating. For this type in particular, I need to have lots of different layers. Is how I like to think about it. You got the one that's gonna be close. It's gonna be the closest one. And I'll have some buildings that now hit back here. Start opening things up as you go along. This part also does not need to be that tall. It's just gonna be some shops, stuff like that. You don't need to go crazy. Now that's wild. Perspective is crazy. There was a thing about figuring out how to look at your final render only. I gotta remember that. So what am I waffling about? You know, the application got me, bro. I need this stuff now. So yeah, straight leave it like this. I'll pop open this again. It's gonna be a pain. It's definitely gonna be a pain. I don't really do stuff like this that often. I stick to environment design because it's environment design. Why not? I don't want to clutter things up as much as this photo does. This is just some bland, flat inspiration after all. Definitely not something I'm gonna follow. And what I gotta think about is, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to go about making art that's centered around buildings or Cyberpunk themes. You can go with like maybe like one giant building in the background, or one giant structure, something like this. And they have like some small stuff back there, but you're not really focusing too much on small details, just the huge stuff. Um, you could have a very cluttered ground level scene, something like this maybe. Um, Lots of different ways you can go about this. And that's honestly the part I hate about this, because you got to figure out first thing before you do anything. What's your perspective going to look like? Like, what are you looking at? What's the focus? All of that. Because if you don't, then you just end up with a crap ton of buildings being thrown in your, probably colors too, being thrown in your face, and you don't even know what you're looking at. Um, which I've done plenty of times in my art, whatever career, or whatever, and that's why I don't do cyberpunk art anymore, because I don't like it. So rather than starting with two planes for arrangement, which is still a good idea, great idea. If that works for you, go ahead and do it. Sometimes it does not work for me, and that's only sometimes, which is crazy, weird. I know, but like, yeah, sometimes things don't work for me that normally do, so I just gotta switch it up a little bit. Probably not gonna finish this tonight either. There's some other stuff I'm gonna work on. Definitely not no music for a while. I'll move this back, and I gotta think. Am I looking at every building? Is that what I want to see? If that's true, then I gotta move back further. Like, I need some general references of scale. So, something that I do not normally do is I'm gonna put a person in this. Because I think that's something that will help me create a sense of scale. Because that is really what I'm trying to learn right here. Something I've always had issues with. So I'm gonna dip into my Blender assets folder. I'm not even sure if I saved the people in this. I did not. I think it was an FBX for all of those. Indeed it was. Alright, we got a little circle of people right here. Let's put down a couple. Yeah, what this dude doing? I look goofy. Anyway. Why's she sitting down? She's trying to box? Is that a crossbow? I don't know. Is that a child? Who cares? Look like she's choking somebody. Got a lot of stuff in here. Anyway, so let's spread them out a little bit. Oh, yeah, these are tiny. I need them to be a little bit bigger. I want things, and honestly, I like doing this now that I'm looking at it, because like I can already see how big the buildings look with the people in there. And obviously I'm gonna change increase this down 3000. Oh, I'm not gonna, actually I'm gonna extend it a bit more, but we're also gonna bring this forward a bit more. Bring this up. Move that to the side. I need stuff from both sides, obviously. So, honestly, normally I would not start with the back elements like this. It's a little unusual for my style, but that's where we're headed, because this is a little bit more difficult than what I'm used to. I don't like that feeling of having to extend the ground all the way out there. And I mean, it probably won't matter. It's gonna come down to me putting certain things in the foreground and background, stuff like that. So who cares? I got this big building, just a large building. Stick that in there. Honestly, I don't usually continue the ground like that, but I guess I have to. See, that's another thing I gotta think about, because I'm making an animation rather than just something like general. What is this? Oh, a jacket. Yeah. So yeah, since I'm making an animation, I have to keep the ground stuff. Is like yeah, stuff like that. I got this. Stick this in the background. No, I can stick this in the middle of two of them. Be like right here. FYI, these buildings came from the Max Hay building pack. Alright, now into the hard part. I'm not sure that I'm going to make these buildings myself here. Not sure about that. I can pull some that I've made, but at the end of the day, I got to think about what am I doing with these buildings? What kind of buildings am I making? What am I looking for? When it comes to a futuristic vibe, a form of futuristic architecture, I think, yeah. So let's go ahead and study some of that real quick and turn this down to help me at this point. So yeah, when it comes down to futuristic architecture, let's get a look at how this pans out. Futuristic architecture can range from like the one thing that just always catches me. It can go from something simplistic, like you just got a high-rise building with a bunch of colors and posters on it, or if you're going for a dystopian look, you got a large building that looks very closed off, not many ways to go, entrances, nothing like that. You can have very cluttered scenes. You can have smooth, clean stuff. Like, it's just so much stuff that you can do in so many directions that you can go. A lot of the stuff that matters at the end of the day would be how you fill up the scene. How are you going to fill up the scene? How are you going to make the best use of the space that you have? What are you going to put in the background? What are you going to put in the foreground? What are you gonna? You got something big like this. There's so much to do there. But of course, we're taking a bit of a lower route. We're just gonna run straight through this. I got some cool ideas for how the final animation visual effects will look for this. So yeah, I'll dip into those probably in a different stream. I know it'll take a bit to render, stuff like that. Da, da, da. Yeah, and there's more tips to add into that. I don't want to make this stream like super long-winded. I just want to get the basics down, say what I want to say, and then really dive into my workflow. But yeah, looking at a lot of these, it makes it difficult for me to really discern where I'm gonna go with this. I mean, to start, let's get a start. No, that's not shade yet. Shading, you can get ahead with shading. You might want to feel like you want to do that early, but it's probably not the best idea. And see right here, I'm not sure if there's really any rhyme or reason to how I'm doing this. So let's pull back out, pull the planes back out. Yeah, you can really get a sense of. And what I did not want to do before is I didn't want to make like a wide street. But really, that's what I need to do. I need something like that. Let's try to move it down. But really, looking at it, that's good. So I think instead of starting with some large buildings, let's start with some shops. I want to also figure out how contrast works. I think super important. Contrast is a very important thing to look at while making this kind of art. If I got a giant complicated building on one side, I don't need a ramen shop right next to it. Um, yeah, that's not, those two things don't go together. So you really shouldn't be trying to force yourself to combine them or anything. So For some reason, everybody always got Cyberpunk alleyway on their stuff, but this is not an alleyway. It's just a long street. Anyway, so yeah, the way I've been looking at this maybe is that you get a shop down like here. Let's start with this. Let's put. Let's see, where am I gonna start? Ugh, this stuff is difficult. You know what? I gotta challenge myself. It's the name. It's the name of the game here, bro. Gotta challenge myself a little bit. So move this back. Oh, that's not what I meant. Move it back on the Y axis. Um, I'll make it a bit longer. And honestly, at this point, now it's time to start taking references, bits and pieces of other stuff that you see. Um, when you look at a street, what you normally have is a lot of buildings that look the same. Because I mean, those buildings probably owned by the same leasing agent, whatever. So they made all this. They made all these spaces for lease look the same. So whatever you can copy a lot of things. You can copy maybe little whatever they have blocking the shade on the top of the coming out of the like the top of the building. You can put the same size for them. Putting the same size is definitely something that could happen a lot. Um, yeah, just make them look similar. And I mean, a lot of times it can look like while you're making cyberpunk art, everything is just like, oh my god, there's like graffiti everywhere. These buildings got like jagged edges, whatever. These weird stuff is going on. So, but really, there's like straight. There's definitely a straight method that you can use to gather your bearings when it comes to stuff like this. So let's get a look at some other stuff. Keep looking. If you want to combine stuff, you want to put the buildings, I mean, as per usual, as you see in real life, you put the buildings on top of the shops, maybe. This is something you see a lot. Um, so start with a shop right here, maybe. I actually don't even know how I'm going to make this look. But you know what? This is how it goes. So, actually, no, this is too big. I want to, scaling with the people is the most important, one of the most important parts about this. So, yeah, this looks like it's big enough for people to walk in. Um, wait, that's not what I'm gonna do. And actually, I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller because I feel like, and even move it down a bit more. Because I mean, like head level, get these people walking inside of something like a ramen shop. Inset this face. Move it inside a bit. This one's just gonna be a garage. Fill up. I like to fill up space with. When I used to do this, at least I liked to fill up space with garages on the umbrellas and stuff like that. So let's put two back to back, maybe. Let's see. You know what? Rather than copying and pasting it, it's better to put an array. Okay. Oh, bring this up more too. Yeah. Make it a bit bigger. Alright, so on top of this, we'll have the building. Obviously, I'm gonna add some high rises, make some high rises actually. Um, Alright, now let's get started on the actual first shop, I guess. Let's see. Open up a new tab. Actually, let me hop on ArtStation. Actually, that might be dangerous. Sign in. Let's see. Okay, I forgot that they would actually have Cyberpunk on here because the Cyberpunk artists are on here. Um, this is clean though. This is all it is. Woo. Love this. Love this. Get this a like. Get this a save too. Put this in my faves. But let's see. Rather than putting Cyberpunk, I'll put sci-fi. Thank God mature content is hidden. I'm not trying to get banned off YouTube. I'm not looking for a mega city. That's a whole different aesthetic. Uh, let's see. I'm gonna go to explore. Man, hop off. Neo Tokyo. Yeah, I think that's good. And so, is this Max Hay? No, it's not. It looks like Max Hay. It's pretty cool. Oh, no. Was that from Spider-Man? No, why did I think that was Spider-Man in the back? Let's see. Stuff like this, honestly, I could take that. Lots of repetition. Lots of repetition. And the one thing that can like really get me is you can stick buildings like anywhere. But what are you gonna do about the ground level if you're looking at something from the ground level like this right here? You can't do anything. And complexity is something that you're gonna have to tackle one way or another eventually. Whew, this scale is messing me up. I gotta remember that when I animate this, the scale is gonna be different, so I can't worry. I can't be getting caught up in this. All right, make a copy of this and drag it over. I'm gonna make sure I make most of these look the same. They have the same layout, stuff like that. So these ones are gonna be slightly different just because they're gonna have the umbrella on it. Um, so good thing I've done this before. Drag this out. Drag this up. Drag this whole thing down. Drag this whole thing up again. Actually, now drag this whole thing down. Take this, honestly, we finna bevel it. Give it a little bit of that curve. And honestly, hold on. Let me undo that. Wait, no. Okay, so this, I moved this down too much. It's not really supposed to be that huge of a slant. Just a regular slant, honestly. Something like that. Back and um, up or down? That's the question. Up or down? See, I think there's just too much of the, got too much meat up here. Let me bring this down a bit. Yeah, I kind of want it to be at the top. Yeah, a little bit of it up top on both. Yeah. We join these, and I'm gonna add an array. It's gonna have two of these, and I'm gonna go ahead and do this one as well. See, I actually don't know what I'm doing here. Um, so I just added a bunch of these. I want to select the middle ones. I'm just gonna select these and set them maybe. No. Um, so yeah, if I inset them individually, yeah, that looks about right. And then let's say I select. Hmm, I think um, I wish there was a way to like invert my selection. Okay, yeah. Well, let's take all of these. No, no, no. Wait, that was right. I'm gonna put everything that's not in here. Actually, I have an idea. If I select these and then I control plus to select more and then I deselect these, yes. Look at that. So move forward a little bit. Um, there we go. Get a nice garage going. All right. And right here, we're gonna have a little ramen shop, I guess. You know what? Futuristic ramen shop. What would that even look like? I knew that was AI, bruh. A futuristic ramen shop. Isn't that AI too? Look at these people not classifying it as AI. I shouldn't even be letting AI in these sites if you ask me. But anyway, um, let's see. If I run in a futuristic ramen shop, yes sir. I think it would have, I mean, you got the top table on it. It's gonna take the regular elements of a regular ramen shop and make them kind of crazy, I feel like. So you have the seats. Seats in a cyberpunk city. Like, nah, it's funny. But anyway, yeah, so I think I moved this back a little too far. I'm gonna have like just regular sized, I guess. Add in, where did the cube go? Oh, right. So, do I really want to do this? Might be able to find a seat right here. I probably won't be able to find those kinds of seats. Yeah, doesn't look like it. I'll have to do it myself. In that case, cylinder. Oh, where'd my cylinder go? There we go. Alright, scale you down. See, adding people into this is going to be the hardest job. I might even have to ask somebody else to help me with that, because, like, how am I going to do that? I don't know. It's not something I do. And honestly, I don't think in the time period that I have to work on this project, I'm not going to be able to learn how to do that. Definitely something I'm going to learn though. I will learn how to model people. I will learn how to animate them and rank them. Alright. Here we go. Got ourselves a little bit of a seat going here. And then another cylinder. Okay. Another cylinder. Huh. No. And honestly, I feel like this might go without saying, but since I don't have anything that like shows up on screen when I click buttons, it's probably best. So I don't know, just need a little bit more acclimated with the Blender layout if you're still a beginner before you like try and follow something I do. Oof, it will be annoying otherwise. Super important, set your origin to the center of mass, not surface volume. I'm assuming that, okay, it's the same. I assume that when you do volume, I mean, center of mass, oof, lots of, it can mean a lot of things. Or in Blender, I guess. I'm not sure how it works in Blender. I'll just know that it makes it the middle, so that's what I use. I think this needs to be wider. Yeah, it does. So drop this down a bit. Then I'm gonna bring this down a tiny bit more. Okay, that looks about right. Honestly, the bottom right here is just a little too big. It's fine. Honestly, bringing this back in, I like the way that looks. Bevel this part too. I don't need that many segments. Alright, so this, trying to make a chair. So the bottom is gonna be like um, a regular cylinder, I guess. This one is just gonna be a beveled cylinder. Where did this go? Oops. Look at me doing it again. Always remember to be organized. And one time I can actually be organized when I'm in Blender. Remember to always make backups. There we go. Got ourselves a little chair. Alright, there's the backup. Turn it off. So now I can join all three of these. I'm going to add 3 chairs in here. Or actually, I have space for more, so I'm going to add more. No. Honestly, this is going to be a pretty big project, so I'm going to have to add, I'm going to have to do like multiple projects for the, or multiple streams. So bring that back. Yeah, yeah. See, look at where we're getting. Alright, so let's get a little bit of a table in here. Front desk little thing. Um, Rather than a regular style, I'm not sure. Because I feel like, I mean, logically you would have like a table that's like blocked off. I don't know. I feel like there's a separate little bit of an aesthetic that you can get with this. I'll worry about that later. I want to leave this little part open right here. Kind of make it like, I don't know, like that part where you like walk out from behind the counter and somebody something. So I guess I can add another seat. Since it won't, yeah, it won't take up that spot. Um, the desk will be higher than the seats, obviously. By how much is the question? That's enough, I think. Bring this back. And now, of course, I need a bowl of ramen on here. So I'm just going to hop over to Sketchpad and grab myself a bowl of ramen. Low poly ramen bowl. Oh my god, it has steam coming out from the top. Oh, that's funny. I don't know about the low poly, but the texture is a little bit too cartoonish. This one is too, right? Nah, it's just a filter. I don't need the full animation, so I'll just take a bit of it. This is making me want some ramen. I can get some later. This is good. Yeah, this is the realistic texture I'm kind of needing. I'm just gonna take like three. Oh wow. I really like got it like near perfect. What does it say? I forgot that kana. No, it's just ramen. Ramen. Yeah. Ramen. And I assume this is like noodle or something? Probably. I don't know that kanji. Oh, I have this one. I literally will go. I literally eat this all the time. Oh my god, the spicy one. I love it. But yeah, so pretty easy. I'm gonna put the little things on the ceiling too. I love that. I just love the way that looks. I'm gonna put some lanterns. Lantern. See if I can grab one from. Okay, I'm obviously not gonna be able to grab one of the good ones. I guess I'll take this kind. No, I don't want the Chinese New Year lantern. What kind? That kind. Oh, this kind. Yeah, perfect. Paper lantern. So, how am I gonna do this? I wanna make it like a hologram thing. So I'm actually gonna do this in Photoshop real quick. I don't wanna go through all the trouble of making like a bunch of different rectangles for like no reason. Um, all right. What's the length of this gonna be? Um, let's make the height 1,000. All right. Um, so I want these to hang down, and I need it to be four equal. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to do this unless I fill them in. Ah, alright, let's make it that. I can figure out the distance logistics stuff later. Alright, so I don't wanna I actually think these are too thin. Yeah, these are definitely too thin. So it's gonna be like 1,000 maybe. Why did I just decrease it? Yeah. 5,000 is clearly too much. I'm just gonna give myself some space though. I don't understand why it decreases and increases from the left. Like, why? So we're gonna decrease this to 3,000. Oh wow, even 3,000 is still too much. It must be like 2,500. I'm not even gonna do the math for this. That takes work. I don't wanna do that. Alright, this should be fine. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so the top part, I'm going to connect it, and everything else is going to be blank. Do I have to save it? What do I save it as? Nothing. Yeah, it's the same stuff, just regular PNG. Um, all of these, I'm going to remove their strokes. And then, what am I going to, and then for these as well, I want them to be transparent. Yeah. Um, let's see. Is this the right one? Yeah, it is. Change my keyboard real quick. Oh wait, no. It needs to be Kana. How do I change that again? The how do I? Okay, it's not auto-correcting the end symbol. Okay, oh, there we go. Just have to press space. And then if I type in noodle, will it correct it for me? Only if I do, hiragana, I think. Um, noodle. Noodle. Okay. This will confirm if I'm right. It is not noodle. What is at the end of it then? Diamond. That kind of looks like it. No, it's not that. So I'll just leave it as this, probably. It's a lot of effort trying to fit these all into the same thing. Just kidding. That worked out pretty perfectly. They're a little big, but it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. I kind of want to invert this though, because I don't think this is how I. Yeah, no, 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 it's fine. Um, so this will be black, and all of the rectangles will be white instead. I'm sure I can change the color later on. Yeah, I'll try that. Okay, it was already at the bottom poster. Okay. I don't fully remember the hologram technique for images. I know there's a project that I have where I had it down perfectly. I might have to watch a tutorial again. Like, I have to basically have to watch it every time because I just can't get it. Oh, all right. So let's head over here and do my little regular thing. Cycles, GPU off 300. Okay, it's a little big. I need to space them apart. No, I don't. I'll just leave it like this. Yeah, it's fine. And they need to be like in front, of course. I'm gonna put two lanterns hanging down as well. Why? Why? I know it's not that big of a file. Why would you have to? Why did you zip it up like this? Where did it go? Oh, it's always over here. Oh, the textures are just not on it. Alright, I'll do that myself then. I'm getting into shading a little early, but it's fine. I'm not actually doing anything. Go ahead and texture the seat though. Get a leather texture or something. I don't know. Ooh, nice. There we go. I just saved myself somehow by selecting these because I almost forgot to separate the materials on them. Yes. This is what happens when you put off shading. See, I know I said I usually do that, which I do, but like, don't always do that. Otherwise, you're gonna make that mistake. What? Select all, no. Select only this, okay. Alright, let's turn this one into, honestly, you don't even need to be that detailed, but I'm still doing it anyway. I make these materials myself. I don't have the time for that. Um, See, I should be worrying about how this affects the whole composition of the table, but I don't care. I just want it to look good. See, the whole composition of it, I think, is just gonna be wood, probably. Take 2 seconds to focus on this, though. There we go. Yeah, somehow did it perfectly first try. What? Alright, now for other stuff, I'm gonna add some lighting up here as well. Can you even see the ceiling? No, but you will be able to probably. Like, see, I don't want to like do a regular. I could do it in like 5 seconds though, which is the thing. How am I gonna What am I gonna do for the lights? Do I want them on the wall? Do I want them on the ceiling? 'Cause I can do whatever I want. Probably gonna go with ceiling. Mm. That's what else I'm missing. I guess that this part is normally a brick wall, so there is a contrast in between the materials that are used. Yeah, there's a contrast in the materials used for different parts of the table, which makes sense. If I ever had to make a brick material again, I'd cry. And honestly, this table does suck too. So we're gonna fix that just a little bit. This model is so messy, but I don't really mind. See, it's all part of the process. This is so dark. Alright, the walls of a ramen shop. The walls of a ramen shop always seem to be wood to me, but of course this is the sci-fi thing, so I'm gonna make the inside wood and the outside is still gonna remain whatever material I end up hitting. So jeez. I'm just gonna put a light in here. There's no way this is the actual wood texture, but let's see. It looks so odd for some reason. It's probably because it's stylized wood. I need some smooth wood. There we go. Bro, where did my point light go? Alright, now let's see. I think lights like this are good. But like put it on the ceiling maybe. Alright. I think I've made some good progress here. It's hilarious how long this is gonna take. Like seriously, all I'm doing is making our ramen shop and it's taking this long. I won't put this much detail into other things, but yeah. What does it say? Eat a ramen. Sorry, I don't know. Yes. So let's stop here. It's been an hour, only an hour, not too long, but I don't have that much time today. So we'll hop back on this. I'm probably gonna work off, not off camera. I'm gonna record. I'm just not gonna stream it for some parts. So yeah. Um, hope as always, hope this is helpful in at least some way to you. A lot of art that you do, and yeah.